News, we are getting our first look at the 14-year-old boy killed in that mass shooting in Stockton. His family tells us his name was Amari Peterson. He is one of the 3 children who died after a gunman opened fire at a birthday party. And police still searching for the suspect or suspects.
We are now seeing a picture of one of the victims killed, 21-year-old Susano Archuleta. Today, his family held a service to remember him. And here is what we know right now. As we mentioned, 4 people killed, 11 others shot. Among the dead are 3 children, ages 8, 9, and 14, in addition to the 21-year-old.
An urgent search for the suspect police say fired at a group celebrating a birthday in Stockton, California over the weekend. 4 people killed, including 3 children. 11 others were injured. And senior correspondent Claudia Cowan is live in Sausalito, about an hour west of where that shooting took place. Good morning, Claudia.
Good morning, Dana. That's right, 4 dead, but that number could rise because we're told at least one of the other shooting victims is in critical condition, fighting for their life. Authorities say they're looking for 1, maybe 2 or more people who opened fire at a child's birthday party Saturday night in Stockton, California. That's about 50 miles south of Sacramento. Happened at a banquet hall in a busy part of town just before 6 p.m. and the place was packed. More than 100 guests were there. 15 people were shot, and the 4 who were killed were young, just 8, 9, 14, and 21 years old. Neighbors say the gunfire seemed to last a full minute, followed by screaming and calls for help. The sheriff says it was a targeted attack, but wouldn't confirm whether the violence was gang-related or speculate on a motive. He said several guns were found on the roof of the banquet hall, but it's unclear if that included the murder weapon. The sheriff is asking for the public's help to catch the, quote, animals who opened fire on children.
All right, guys. So we got to talk about the tragic story out of Stockton, California. That honestly is just another example of what happens under Democrat governance, or really, let's call it what it is, under gang governance, right? Because this is what it is. That's what this is. And California ain't being run by politicians no more. It's being run by gangs. Straight up, because Democrats done allow gangs to take over their cities like pests, and now it's to the point where kids can't even go to a birthday party without getting gunned down. And you had a situation where somebody ran up in a 2-year-old's birthday party, not a club, not a block party, not a house full of gangsters, a birthday party for a toddler, and they started spraying bullets. 4 people dead, 3 of them were children, not teenagers out in the streets, but kids, bro. An 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 21-year-old, as you guys heard, all gone. And now they out here saying it might be gang related. Might be. You mean to tell me somebody walked into a packed banquet hall in the middle of town, full of families, babies, and grandparents, and dumped like they in a war zone, and y'all not sure if it was gang related? And just make it make sense, right? Because these gangs are out here shooting indiscriminately in crowds of children, and somehow politicians can't seem to get a handle on this. That's the most important part I'm taking away from all this. And the thing is, look, who's running Stockton? You got a Hollywood blogger, Jason Lee, who's the vice mayor of the city. Yes, a man who made his career off of celebrity gossip is now helping run the city. I didn't even know he was a vice mayor, right? And this is what his leadership looks like, though. I mean, but are you surprised when he has basically made a career off of celebrity gossip? Doesn't gossip turn into chaos, and then it can go into violence if it tends to go that extreme when it comes to gossiping? Yeah, I mean, that's the dangers that come with it. And it seems like, to me, it's seeping off into his leadership. And when a shooting happens, he gets up in front of the community, emotional as hell, talking about it's never been gangster to kill kids. Like, bro, at that point, we are so far past debating what's gangster or not. You think these shooters care about what's gangster? They shot a toddler's party up, a birthday party. Ain't no street code in there, ain't no logic. And he starts saying parents brought their children out and left with medical examiners. Like, bro, that's insane. Like, do you understand the kind of evil that is? That's not gangster. That's not even human. And then he starts talking about retaliation, saying, when my brother got, I quote, this is his words before I show you the clip. When my brother got murdered, I thought about it too. And I get that, then that's human emotion, but bro, this ain't about you. See, why these politicians feel like they always got to use situations that's in their control to make sure that they prevent it from happening, such as violence, and try to act like they have this such humane connection when the whole thing happened based on your ignorance, but then you want to make it about yourself. Shows a lot about your leadership as a vice mayor or whatever the hell he is, but apparently he's a vice mayor. But I want you guys to check out this clip.
Never been gangster to kill kids. Never. It's never been gangster to kill kids. You went in a birthday party and shot people's children. So I know we're here. We want if I could just. Parents brought their children out and they left with medical examiners. That is not human. That is not human. And I will say to those who are thinking of retaliation, when my brother got murdered, I thought about it too. It's human to want to hurt people who hurt people you love. But I had a choice to make, and I hope that the people out there know.
It's human to want to hurt people who hurt people you love. Yeah, I mean, I get what he's saying. Most people want revenge, you know what I'm saying, or seek vengeance. But bro, it could be the same thing said about what his career was based off of before he became vice mayor, Mr. Jason Lee right here that you see talking with this mic. The same way hurt people, the gossip, the celebrity gossip that you was involved in, making your career off of it, could have hurt people and hurt people and hurt more people. So I mean, if you gonna sit there and say some things like that, look at what the situation you made a career off of, and you were obviously passionate about it, which can lead to hurting people too. Like, live the lifestyle that you don't want to happen or want others to happen, and then you go sit here and take on a public servant role such as vice mayor, and we think we supposed to listen to you, celebrity gossiper? Whatever.
Our community make the right choice and contact law enforcement, call me, call the mayor, call whoever you know, call the pastors, call your friend, turn yourself in, because at some point the redemption for what you did is going to happen when you see the person that created you. But you can start that process by turning yourself in and doing the right thing today.
Tonight, an active manhunt underway in California after authorities believe multiple shooters opened fire at a child's birthday party in Stockton, 40 miles south of Sacramento. 15 people were hit by those bullets, 4 people killed. That includes 3 children. News Nation's Jorge Ventura live at the scene with the latest. Jorge, authorities believe this could actually be a targeted shooting. What's the latest that you're learning at this hour?
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Right now, I'm at the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office. About an hour ago, the sheriff just wrapped up an interview providing us some of the latest updates. As you just mentioned, Alex, News Nation was the first to report that 15 people were injured in yesterday's shooting. 4 confirmed dead. As you mentioned, 3 were children. Upon arriving at the scene today, Alex, it was still very active, closed off. We saw multiple law enforcement agencies arriving, including the FBI and the ATF. We did notice several vehicles being towed. We'll have to wait to see if those vehicles are of any interest, or at least going to be providing some key details in this investigation. But it was a very somber mood in Stockton today. We noticed several prayer vigils and groups of residents all gathering together, saying prayers, just wanting to be there for each other, not understanding why this violent incident happened, this mass shooting. But authorities do say that right now there is still inactive manhunt, and now the sheriff does believe there was multiple shooters. Upon arriving at the scene, Alex, I did speak with a resident who lived about a block away from the shooting. He said that he heard 20 rounds of gunfire, and when he stepped outside, he noticed several parents arriving on the scene looking very frantic, asking for their children. Take a listen.
And what I saw were a lot of people scattering, running, shouting, screaming, crying. Then I saw a few cars pull up, some parents coming up and being very, very upset, crying, asking where their kids are. So it was a kid's birthday party. It sounded like some of the parents had dropped maybe their kids off or relatives or whatever, and maybe they're going to come back and pick them up. I don't know. And they came back to this. It was the mass shooting.
The sheriff also emphasizing that the shooting was not an accident that did, it was targeted.
All I can say is that I'm sorry to all the mothers and children out there. If I could do anything to prevent this, I would. I threw a birthday party for my little daughter. She actually turned 2, and I just wanted all my family to come together and be together as it would be like an incident happened. Has me getting ready to start my baby, to start cutting her cake and stuff. Everybody's getting together around and just start cutting the cake, and all we heard was gunshots, and everybody just fell to the ground. It was just unexpected. I don't know what happened. I'm just so shocked and lost, and I'm lost of words. I'm speechless.
Came in, and he came in. I turned my back and I looked at him, and then I just started seeing him shoot. Just sit down.
Patrick's daughter was grazed, and in the panic before he could even react,
Everybody running off, and then my son is just sitting there, just crawling, trying to get up. So I got my baby. I had to hop back over the counter, and I'm trying to see what's going on with him. I'm trying to give him CPR and the bullet, and he just got blood coming out his face, and it's just something that a father should never have to go through.
what no one should ever endure is
Every time I get ready to lay down, I'm like laying over my son while he's sitting there breathing, trying to breathe. Every day he would tell me, "Dad, I love you. Dad, I appreciate you." Every night, every morning. Every night, every morning, that boy would tell me he loved me.
a loving boy, a gentle soul, a life taken, and a community shaken.
So yeah, now there's an active manhunt going on. Multiple shooters, 15 people shot. An authorities saying it was a targeted attack. But here's where the frustration really kicks in. Nobody's talking about it. Yeah, it's on the news. But where's the national outrage? Where's the White House press conference? Where's the gun control crowd? Oh, that's right. It's California, one of the strictest gun law states in the country. All that we need gun laws to stop mass shootings, quote unquote. That's what politicians in California are saying, right? So all that talk goes out the window, right? When criminals still get their hands on guns anyway. So what was the whole point of saying, oh, well, we need gun laws to stop mass shootings? But if they're getting the guns anyway, how? We were told gun control would stop this exact type of tragedy, but it didn't. California's got red flag laws, background checks, waiting periods, magazine limits, everything, all the way down to illegals coming there. No voter ID, all of this stuff. Gavin Newsom, the governor, and the mayor. What's her name? What's the mayor of? She's horrible. She's like neck and neck. Her and Mayor Brandon Johnson in Chicago, they might as well just be together. Mayor Karen Bass, all that nonsense. Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass, the worst of the worst, right? And you don't hear them. They so busy coming at Trump, but you don't hear them talking about these incidents, what happens in California, especially Gavin Newsom as the governor. But when it's gang violence, when it's happening in Democrat-run cities, it's crickets, right? And here's another thing that's wild. The suspect is still on the run, but they ain't giving us a real description. And you're telling me we had a mass shooting, 100+ people present, and all we know is the suspect is 5'6" in black pants. Like, bro, that's it. That's it. That's all we got. What does he look like? Do you think he's still wearing the same pants now? Hell no. So I want to show you guys this last video on News Nation. This is basically law enforcement and so forth, giving more, I should say, intel when it comes to the law enforcement, what they're doing so far in the case of the matter.
At this point, are you able to provide any further information on names of the victims or ages of the victims, since we know 3 of them who were killed are children?
Yes. So 8 years old, 9, 14, and then there was a 21-year-old. The ages ranged from 8 years to 34 years of age. And there were 15 individuals that were struck by gunfire.
And I know that this event where this shooting happened was a birthday party, I believe, for a toddler, for a 2-year-old. Investigators are saying that this was a targeted attack. There's no threat right now to the community. But, you know, as you just said there, we know that the killer is still on the loose. Are you confident that the community is, in fact, safe?
I am confident, but again, our first order of business is making sure that we get these individuals off the street. People out there know. You know, if you see something, say something, and we need people to do the right thing and come forward, because if anyone is helping them, just know that there are consequences for those individuals as well, because you are harboring child killers.
And Mayor, we know right now there is a reward that's being offered. Is it likely that that will increase? Right now it's at $25,000. Is that going to increase if an arrest isn't made quickly?
A number of individuals have reached out to myself and to Crime Stoppers wanting to contribute to the effort. You know, people are money motivated and it's the holidays. And so we are hoping that we have somebody out there within the goodness of their heart, of course, but if not, you know, if the money is what gets them to come forward, so be it. We just want to make sure that we get these people off the street, that they are tried, convicted, held accountable, and put away so that they never see the light of day again.
Absolutely. Because again, to reiterate, this was a 2-year-old's birthday party where this shooter, this person or persons opened fire. We know, Mayor, that your community has truly been left reeling. What is your message to your constituents today?
Well, specifically to our families, I want them to know that we love you, we grieve with you, and we will not stop fighting until justice is done. I also want to thank, you know, our first responders, our police officers, firefighters, paramedics. They did a phenomenal job running in when there was danger. And I just want to paint a picture for people, just so they deeply understand what was going on. There were balloons. They were singing "Happy Birthday."
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. She's sitting here describing what a birthday party is, like we don't know what a birthday party is. And this is the mayor of Stockton, California, where the mass shooting happened at with the 2-year Toddler birthday. Her name is Christina Fugazi. She took office in January 1st of this year, 2025. She is the 81st mayor of the city. She served as vice mayor and school vice principal before being elected. So what's interesting is she was a vice principal and then she was a vice mayor. Obviously, she doesn't have a long history of being a career politician. So she's saying the political correct things. But the reality is you need help, lady. And obviously, you don't know how to sit there and secure your own city from violence. And violence is running rampant. But you want to sit here and say politically correct things, such as if money incentivizes the individuals to tell with a $25,000 reward and it's holiday time, and that's going to push them to tell the truth. We just want to get them off the streets. But the reality is you need more crackdown because you don't have enough law enforcement. So what blows my mind is you don't know what the hell you're doing. You was a vice mayor, aka vice principal, so you're not a career politician. It's not even that. It's just how effective are you as a public servant when you can't even crack down on the most basic, such as the safety of the citizens? So it shows you don't care to prioritize that before you could do anything else, but you want to tell us a description of what a birthday party is like with her balloons, and she wants to paint pictures instead of telling us what she's going to do to get done besides waiting on somebody to tell. The truth is everybody in the hood knows who did it, and they just don't want to tell. They want to say that the person was in 5'6", the suspect is 5'6" in black pants. And what annoys me the most is they know what he looks like, but they won't say. Why? Because it don't fit the narrative, and we all know how these Democrats are. And on top of it, we all know that somebody in the hood know the dealers and the killers, and it might be somebody cousin named JoJo and somebody that knows somebody named Ray Ray. So they're not gonna tell because they don't want their families to be in jail. But then it still hurts the community. But you being a mayor, you should not care about who know who, but cracking down on crime, because crime is crime and you got to do the time. But see, it's hard when you have a corrupt mayor that don't even want to send or receive help when she don't even have that much law enforcement to crack down on crime in the first place. So how serious can you take her as fugazi as she is. And what's mind blowing is her damn last name is Fugazi, and this whole situation is Fugazi. So when you look at the whole situation, you say the public's safe, but the dude who murdered murdered children is still out there, and you won't tell us what to look for. So that's a joke. And then she talking about the $25,000 reward and saying people are money motivated. Like, damn, so we can't even rely on morality no more. We just hoping someone snitches for a check. That's how bad it is, right? And yeah, maybe someone will come forward and think about the situation. This is the reality now. And the child's party turns into a crime scene. Parents are holding their own kids in their arms trying to stop the bleeding, as you guys heard in the video, in the news clip. And the people in charge are hoping somebody wants money bad enough to help solve the murder. And bro, the part that kills me literally is that you had a dad out there talking about how he was just getting ready to cut his baby's birthday cake, and his little girl turned 2, and as he's getting ready to light the candles, that's when they came and shooting. So, and then he turns around and see his son bleeding out, crawling, trying to survive. And this man's sitting there doing CPR on his own child while his face is full of blood. Like, bro, nobody should ever have to go through that. A father should never have to watch his child bleed to death in front of him. And that's not a trauma you walk away from. That's not something you sleep off. And now this man got to live with the rest of his life remembering how his son used to tell him every single day that he loved him and appreciated him every morning, every night, and now he's gone over some street beef, some gang retaliation. And this is what happens when gangs run your city and when politicians act like crime ain't that bad. And it's like they're not even acknowledging the issue. All they want to talk about is white supremacy or Trump or January 6th, but about what's actually killing black and brown kids right now in their own cities. And this is domestic terrorism. But y'all don't want to label it that because it ain't politically useful to you. And you know what else? These Democrats won't even ask for help from the federal government. We seen what Donald Trump did with Washington, D.C. We seen how he cleaned up the streets and things were great. And even Memphis, kids was able to play outside again. Now, they were Democrat. It was a Democrat mayor. But for the simple fact, for the priority of his constituents who elected him to trust that he would make Memphis safe again. Yes, you'll work with the president, but you don't have to always agree. You can agree to disagree when it comes to working for on behalf of the people that elected you. No matter what, they are the damn people that elected you, and they're putting their trust in you. That's why they elected you as a public servant, to have their best interests ready. They don't care if you like the person or not. They want to see results. And that's what matters in everything. So she'll rather let this city burn than admit that they're soft on crime policies in California with Gavin Newsom as the governor. You got Mayor Karen Bass, and now you got this mayor right here, Mayor Christina Fugazi. They rather, instead of admitting and taking accountability that they got these soft on crime policies failed, and they want to be a sanctuary city over here protecting the illegals. You ever notice that they won't reach out to Trump? They won't ask for real crime intervention. They won't label gangs as terrorist organizations, even though they out here committing mass killings. They'll rather act like everything's fine, like crime's down, and this is just another isolated incident. But no, it's not, because these shootings are happening all the time. And every single time, the common denominator is it's a city or state run by Democrats. What a coincidence. And they got the power, they got the policies, but they don't got the damn results. And this is why your local elections matter, all the way down from your governor to your mayor. Because to be honest, the mayor is just a cheerleader that actually begs the governor, who cuts the check, to be able to give the mayor whatever the mayor is fighting for, to approve for that city to have whatever type of programs or whatever that is. Once the federal government gives, the federal government is the bank. The governor is the recipient, or I should say the banker. They receive the money, and then you might as well say that the damn mayor is the receptionist at the bank. They just want to receive the money to make sure that checks and balances and whatever they're trying to parade to brag to the constituents or citizens within that city elected them for, to keep them quiet and shut them up. But they're not really operating on the best interest. They just doing certain things and doing the bare minimum to damn near nothing to feel as though they have done just enough to be elected again or stay in power. And that tells you a lot when politicians who are supposed to be lobbying your best interests and making policies that is best for their people and getting results, but they don't got results. And until they admit it and they're willing to say we have a gang problem, a leadership problem, and a justice system problem, unfortunately, then nothing is going to change. More kids are going to die, more parents are going to be burying their children, and more people are going to lose faith in the system that clearly does not protect them. So yeah, my thoughts and prayers go out to the families, but prayers alone ain't enough because it's time to tell the truth, if you ask me. And at the end of the day, they better start holding this mayor accountable because she tripping. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Give this video a big thumbs up. Spread that peace, love, and positivity. Let the love supersede the hate. And if you're new to the family, subscribe and join the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.